Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of my SimCity 4 Let's Play. Just lately I've been kind of absent from making videos, unfortunately. I've been just doing other things, and I've been playing the game a little bit. I've been mainly focusing on my other cities, Stonegate, not Stonegate, Ambergris Cove down here, and Skywatch way up here. So they've been developed quite a bit. This industrial area is the most recent thing I've been doing, but I just really haven't had the motivation to make a video. I've also been away from home, so I've had my laptop and it's not really good for making videos. The game crashes a lot, so I've been waiting till I get back to my main computer to make the next episode for Pinecastle. So here we have it. Let's load up the city. And here we have it. There's the last thing I did was the extension of this elevated rail over the freeway, I think, and before that I had just built this new interchange here. So I guess the next thing I would do would just start zoning out for some more, because this elevated rail is obviously going nowhere at the moment. There's no development around here, and I have to initially figure out where I want it to end up. So I've got 2 tiles of track going out this direction. I guess I'll probably extend it this way and eventually we'll loop around to the main railway station right here, maybe. The thing is, though, this railway is a commuter railway going to Stonegate Moor, and this other one over here is going, that's the regional line that goes all the way to New Concord down south. So I do have, let's see, how does this line up, actually? So there's the commuter rail and these 2 tracks, and here we have I'm not even sure what this is, honestly. I'll have to check it again. I think this might be another commuter rail, or maybe one that changes to an elevated railway. So I'm going to check that right now before I do anything else, because I always want to just take a look out in the region, make sure my transportation networks are making sense and everything. Sometimes it does get confusing, like what is this supposed to be a freight rail line? What's supposed to be a commuter rail? What's a regional line? So I'm going to look at the transportation map, and that one I was looking at just now was this middle one right here. So that actually shows, so here's the regional line I was talking about going down south, and it goes west towards Stonegate Moor where it terminates there. And the one I was just looking at, the single track, or single tile, actually does turn in, that's a commuter rail that goes to Stonegate Moor, so I guess there's let's see, there's another station or 2 on the way. So it would kind of make sense, maybe put another station right here, perhaps, where this intersection is. So I think I might do that pretty soon before I maybe lose track of what was supposed to be there. Like I said, the regional rail, and this one is not the commuter rail I thought it was. It's actually going down south this way. So this is basically another commuter railway then. So that, yeah, I'm not really sure. Try to figure out, you know, what exactly I had planned for this at this point, because this could be another commuter rail that goes, maybe when I build a new city over here, it goes around to this area, and then I don't know. Maybe time to rethink some of this, actually. Let me just look at this area real quick. So we have Stonegate Moor to the west of Pinecastle, and that's got, there's that one line I was looking at earlier, merges with this, which becomes an elevated rail, which also goes to Pinecastle. So I guess you could just call this another commuter rail line, because it has a stop in the industrial area where maybe some people can get off and on and maybe transfer to this elevated railway if they want to go somewhere else. I guess what would make sense to do is just build a new station further down south. Kind of end it around there though. Make a bridge right here. I guess I would actually merge it with this line right here, so I guess that's what I'll do. Kind of embarrassed, to be honest. I feel like I didn't plan out some of my rail lines as well as I could have. I guess that would just be a secondary line that goes to New Concords, and be a commuter rail that goes through the suburbs of the north side and eventually ends up in downtown. But there's also this regional line that already exists for a more like express route, I guess, if you're just trying to get from one downtown to the other. I suppose that can kind of make sense, though. So, like I'd said, I wanted a station right around here. So I think I'll build that now before I get sidetracked about that. Thing is, it's at I think 7.5 or 8 meters down sunken elevation, and I don't think I have a station that it works with that. I have sunken rail stations, but they're all 15 meters, which is the old standard, and at least I think they are. Yeah, it says use 15 meters hole digger on this one. Here's sunken station. This has 2 tracks though, or 2 railways. So the thing I'd want to do in this case, I think, would be just to use a regular station. Not this one, but where is it? This one right here. Oh, that's odd. It will let me do that for some reason. It's like letting me build it through the tunnel. Weird. Anyway, I thought there was another version of this that had less, kind of had an overhanging thing on it. Anyway, so I wanted to build it right around here, and what I can do is put some stairways. I think they're in the power menu, maybe? Yeah, here it is. So the stairway actually isn't functional. It's just a little thing to eye candy, I guess, basically. So I'm gonna put, actually, aligning with entrance to the station, I guess. And what I need to do to make it functional is basically use a pedestrian mall tile. Unfortunately, like what I normally do is put a tile here for pedestrian mall so they can access it. Just pretend that they're using the stairways, I guess. But then I'd put something to overhang and cover up that tile. But unfortunately, again, these overhanging I'll show you what I'm talking about. These pieces right here are set up for 15 meters slopes. They don't even show up the 8 meters height. I do want to keep it at 8 meters because it's just easier with slopes and everything. You don't have to make as much of a slope, and it's unnecessary really for bridges to have that higher elevation. So the thing I could do though, yeah, I could if I want to make an access for pedestrians to the station, what I can do is make an overpass. So let's see here. Go back into that menu, pedestrian mall. I think that's in here, yep. And on slope bridge. Let's build that on either side of this. And do that, and then that will work. That should provide the access to the station. And it's basically like just a walkway over the station too. So I think that should work as far as I'm aware. There won't be any problems with that. Or I could have did it like a road bridge or something, that would have worked too. But as long as this is touching the station lot. I don't know why it says test version. Just noticed that. But you know, just pretend these bridges or these stairways are going down to it, and then this is the actual access in the game as far as the game's concerned. And it'll connect to the roadway. So that's that. It's like a commuter station here. It seems like we got a lot of traffic on this avenue. Let's see what we actually have though. Not that exceptional. I know in some of the roads in Skywatch it has like 15, 20,000 on each tile of that 6-lane road. So it can get a lot more dense in the area. Anyway, I said I wanted to make some more zones after I had taken care of the railways and everything. Before that I had been talking about where this was going to end up, so I guess it will eventually curve around and get to the main station somewhere. So this area right here could be filled in definitely. Looks like I have some garbage problems too. Better check that. It does get out of control sometimes. No, I've got it going down at least, so I think I did address that in the last episode, or the one before that maybe. That's right, but it is kind of going down slowly. So what? Alright, I think, what did I do? I made a couple more waste-to-energy plants, maybe. I don't think I used that hyperspace garbage disposal thing. I think I could afford it at this point, but that's just really probably not necessary yet, so I'm just going to let it keep going down. But I suppose I could afford, since I'm going to make some new zones here, more development. It's really slowing down already, the rate it's falling. I would build another waste-to-energy incinerator here. Maybe a recycling center too. Not sure if I already have one in the city, but I can probably check it. Incinerator. You know, I don't have a recycling plant in here. Sad. Well, I guess I'll build one. Okay. here, I guess. Gotta make sure it's connected to the rest of the zones for power. And that recycling center. It makes sense to keep it near the, near the other garbage facility, I suppose. So I'm trying to avoid zooming in this far lately. I'm not sure if I can do it in the city tile, but I don't know if I mentioned before, I have a crash issue. Seems like one of my buildings is causing the game to crash when I zoom in that far. And I'm not sure what it is. I can't seem to, been trying to like demolish a lot of things and then see what, if it does it anymore, but it's not working so far. It's kind of a pain though, I can't zoom in further than like the 4th or whatever it is. Zoom level in, so gotta be careful about that not to crash the game. Hopefully I'll get it worked out. Anyway, now it's time to finally zone this area. The stock exchange has been modified. I think it installed a mod that changed its lot. That's why it's empty like that. So I gotta rebuild this actually. It costs a lot to demolish too. See, it'll probably take a minute before it becomes available in my rewards menu again. Oh, there it is already. Yeah, see, it's a 4x4 lot now. Well, it makes it a little nicer. There's trees that will appear after a while. Just can't see them yet, but hedges around it and all that. Check my garbage level again. It's probably, yeah, it's definitely falling a lot faster now. That's good. I'm really just disturbed by, I guess there's something legitimate here, but a lot of the time there's just dilapidated or abandoned buildings that are due to just nonsense reasons, like, oh, the commute was too long, you know, stuff like that. That's just normal. And I hate how the game is just so quick to dilapidate buildings, and it just makes everything look ugly and not light up at night. I do have a mod that's supposed to stop that from happening, but it just doesn't work for me for some reason. So I don't know if there's any other mod that will do that. Maybe someone will mention that. So first of all, we need to lay out some streets here. It looks like there's not actually enough to build something on. That looks good, I'd say. It's a good no, it's not really that good, but I'll keep it. You know, we got 4 and 4 tiles. We need to put something in the middle. I usually try to keep it 1 tile less than this so I can zone back to back, or 3 and 3 for smaller zones. But you know what I do have is a set of alleys that I can fill that tile with. If that happens. So let's see, where are those? This is from Pegasus. It's the modder that made that. There's 4 different kinds, I think, or what, 3 different kinds. Commercial, and there's 4, residential, rural, industrial. Stick the commercial one in here, I guess. The problem is sometimes it doesn't really work out too well. At least it did this time. See, it's perfect actually with they're all 6 tiles long, so there's no, you know, if you have a road right here, you'd be kind of messed up by that. Well, this commercial one is just parking lots basically. So zone some commercial for there, and let's see, I might try to face the other street. Yeah, it's trying to face the alley now that I built that. Unfortunately, I have to redo that due to it being a street just like the one I'm trying to zone towards. There. Now I can redo that. And this small triangle here can fill in with, it's only one tile, so at that park I have a triangular park for diagonal areas like that. But I don't think that's going to work because it's too much, or it's too big for that. So what I have actually is a parking lot that should fit that area. Try to find where it is though first. Probably at the top of the menu, yep. Oh, there it is. There you go. Nice little triangle parking lot. Those tight spaces, just put something useful in there. It's already starting to zone or develop stuff in here. They've got some nice skyscrapers here too already. Clear the water's connected. What is this? Lucky lizard. Oh, so that's what I thought. Let me just find that alley again just so I can finish this spot, this block here. Alright. So what to do right here, let's see. I just zone this more commercial. Actually I have to demolish this again. So that the zone will face the right way. I'm gonna rebuild that. I think what I'll do right there is put one of those parking lots I just put on the other side. You know what? I'm not sure that's gonna work though, because I think you're supposed to have a street access. Yeah, the street access is on the other side. You're supposed to have like a road on either side of the parking lot, orthogonal side, so maybe we'll just put a park or something in there. And I'm already going to put one of those triangular parks in this area. There it is. And it won't appear until the season changes because it's all seasonal. The whole park is actually changes with the seasons, not just the tree on the lot. That's kind of cool. So I'm going to go back up to my one tile parks. I'm going to use like a... I already got a flower garden right here it looks like, so maybe a gazebo. I'm going to make this one historical because it really fills this area nicely. I like this building. see. So we've got 5 tiles here between this road and the school, so I might have to use those alleys again. I'm gonna put some residential zones in that on this area, on this road. So where are those? Right above here, I believe. Or not. Apparently not. This time I'll use the residential alley then, which is like a kind of parallel parking, and it's just got garbage trucks and everything parked along there. It's more like a suburban residential alley, but it can work here too, I suppose. It actually works out nicely with the length of the alleys. I can fit them both in there. So I said I'd put residential here. Just pausing it because I might want to build a road here, or a street. Yeah, I think I'll do that actually, that's a good idea. It's going to divide up one of these zones, but I'll redo that. There. That way I'll be able to zone along the next road that I just built. You can see this park has been finished now, so that looks nice. And this is a good place to put another one of those triangle parking lots, so I'll do that. Here it is. There. And I guess just extend this road all the way, street all the way to the avenue. Here. So now I can put some more zones of some kind here. Let's put some residential. I do like to, that's kind of something I've been trying to do a lot in Pinecastle, I guess, is mix the different kinds of zones, and it's sad that they won't let you have residential and commercial in the same building, but I guess it's just a game limitation that can't get over, unfortunately. Looks like we do need a lot of commercial development still, because everyone's unemployed, though. I think I'll actually extend that canal. It ends right here. So I'll find that in my water transportation, maybe? Can't remember, I haven't used those in a while. I think it's actually in parks, maybe. Let's see. Yep, here it is. Nice. And the other side. Looks good. And I'm going to continue this diagonal parking that was fronting it on in the already built areas, so sadly you can't actually zone stuff going up like right here, you know, where the canal is. That's why it's a good space to use that in this case, because you can't, it doesn't have transit unlabeled. So if you try to zone something facing that, with that between it and the road, it won't work. Even if they do transit enable it, they still can't. It still can't be used with residential zones. I have some other lots that are like that are just street side widened sidewalks basically, and I have some that I've used here. A lot of places that are on street parking, and that you can't zone residential against that. Alright, time to zone some more residential here. And like I said, we need more commercial areas, so I think I'll put 2 of these right here. Some more right here actually would be a high traffic kind of road to put something along that's commercial. Actually I want 4 tiles wide. There. I'm gonna put another parking lot right here. There. And speaking of parking, probably use another parking garage somewhere around this area, so I think I'll put one right here. I know the one that fits in there nicely. It's this one. So let's see, I can find that. I think it's in miscellaneous transportation. Yes, it is. Where would that be? SimGoober is the person who made that parking lot, so if you want to look that up. Is it? Here it is, yep. And I was thinking of putting it like right in here. Maybe right here, I don't know. Doesn't really matter either way. There, now it's all filled in. So as like I said, the demand for commercial offices, medium wealth, is pretty high. Seeing a lot of these being built lately. This one I think is from Los Angeles. This one's from Detroit. Got 2 of them unfortunately, but oh well. Well, I think I've probably accomplished enough for this episode of the series, so I'm gonna end it around here. I just figured out, I guess, some of the railways, where they were going and everything, where they're going to end up around the north side of the town. And built that new station, or not northwest, I meant. Built this station right here. Some new garbage facilities. Let's see how that's doing. Yep, getting pretty low now, under probably like 6,000 maybe on the graph, and of course a lot of new zoning in this area here, which looks a lot nicer now. It's all filled in. It's always a challenge to fill in, make things look nice in diagonal areas where you have a main diagonal road like this one running through here. But I think I did it well enough, so I think it looks good, and I guess I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.